The observation deck of the Mauna Kea research station felt unusually quiet that night. Dr. Elena Rodriguez adjusted her high-precision scanning equipment, her fingers moving with the practiced efficiency of someone who had spent countless hours searching the vast darkness of space. Outside, the Hawaiian night surrounded the advanced observatory, a perfect blend of cutting-edge technology and natural beauty. Something was different tonight. The quantum resonance detectors were picking up an anomalous signal that didn't match any previously recorded astronomical phenomenon. Elena leaned closer to the monitor, her breath catching in her throat. The signal wasn't random. It was deliberate, structured, and impossibly complex. Her communication device chirped. Dr. Kazuki Tanaka from the Tokyo Deep Space Research Institute was already on the line. "Did you see it?" he asked, his voice a mixture of excitement and apprehension. Elena nodded, then remembered he couldn't see her through the audio-only connection. "Confirmed," she responded. "It's not like anything we've ever intercepted before." The signal continued to pulse, a mathematical symphony that seemed to defy traditional communication protocols. Each wave carried layers of information so intricate that it would take weeks, perhaps months, to fully decode. But even in these initial moments, something was clear. They were not alone, and someone or something was trying to communicate. At the United Nations Interstellar Communication Center in New York, emergency protocols began to activate. Specialists from every corner of the globe started converging, their expertise representing a united front of human knowledge. Linguists worked alongside mathematicians, astronomers collaborated with communication experts, and computer scientists pushed the boundaries of signal interpretation. Dr. Maria Gonzalez, the lead xenolinguist, began mapping the signal's complex structure. Her team had spent years preparing for this moment, developing advanced algorithms capable of breaking down potential extraterrestrial communication. What they discovered both thrilled and terrified them. The signal wasn't just a message, it was a declaration. The Celestial Guardians, as they would soon be known, were announcing their presence with a calculated precision that spoke of millennia of technological advancement. Their transmission contained multiple layers of meaning. On the surface, it appeared to be a straightforward communication. Beneath that, it was a complex assessment, a detailed analysis of human potential, planetary resources, and technological capability. In research stations, military command centers, and scientific laboratories around the world, screens flickered to life. The global communication network that had been quietly developed over decades now hummed with unprecedented activity. What had seemed like separate, independent research projects suddenly revealed themselves as interconnected pieces of a much larger puzzle. Elena's team at Mauna Kea began running multiple analysis protocols simultaneously. Quantum computers started breaking down the signal's complex mathematical language, revealing fragments of information that suggested something far more significant than a simple first contact scenario. This was a comprehensive evaluation, a cosmic assessment that would determine humanity's fate. The initial hours were a blur of activity. Communication channels that had previously been isolated now worked in perfect synchronization. Scientists who had never met began sharing data in real time, their collaborative efforts creating a global network of intelligence that worked faster and more efficiently than any single research group could manage. As the first light of dawn began to break over Mauna Kea, Elena realized they were witnessing a moment that would forever change human history. The signal was more than a message. It was a challenge. The Celestial Guardians were not just communicating, they were testing humanity's response, probing for weaknesses, searching for a predictable reaction. Little did they know that unpredictability was humanity's greatest strength. The research team continued their analysis, each decoded fragment revealing more about the mysterious senders. Mathematical equations danced across multiple screens. Complex linguistic patterns emerged, and the true nature of the communication began to take shape. This was no simple greeting. This was the beginning of something extraordinary, something that would prove once and for all why Earth's defenders always win. Deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, a network of interconnected research facilities hummed with controlled excitement. Project Horizon had been more than a mere contingency plan. It was humanity's most sophisticated insurance policy against the unknown. Dr. Alex Chen stood in the Central Command Center, watching as multiple holographic displays came to life, each representing a different layer of the globally distributed defense system. The project had begun decades ago, born from a simple yet profound realization. Humanity's greatest strength lay not in individual brilliance, but in collective potential. Researchers, engineers, and strategic thinkers from every continent had contributed pieces to an intricate puzzle, carefully designed to remain hidden until the moment of absolute necessity. Dr. Aisha Okiki, connecting from her research station in Lagos, initiated the first phase of activation. Her fingers danced across quantum interfaces, triggering a cascade of protocols that had been years in the making. "Quantum network stabilizing," she reported, her voice steady despite the magnitude of the moment. Across the globe, similar stations began to synchronize, each one a vital node in a living, breathing defense network. The true genius of Project Horizon revealed itself in its radical approach to preparedness. Unlike traditional military strategies that relied on single points of control, this system was designed to be adaptive, decentralized, and impossible to completely disable. Each research center, each contributing team had developed specialized technologies that could seamlessly integrate with others, creating a defense mechanism more complex than any single intelligence could comprehend. In the Tokyo Research Hub, Dr. Kazuki Tanaka's team had been perfecting adaptive nanotechnology that could rapidly reconfigure defensive systems. Their breakthrough allowed for instantaneous technological adaptation, a capability that would prove crucial in the coming conflict. Beside him, a wall of monitors displayed real-time global communication networks, each line representing a different research team, a different potential solution. The mountain facility began to transform. What appeared to be solid rock walls shifted, revealing layers of advanced technological infrastructure. Quantum computers powered up, their cooling systems working at maximum efficiency. Satellite networks that had seemed dormant now sparked to life, creating a web of communication more intricate than any global positioning system. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, who had first detected the alien signal, now found herself at the heart of Project Horizon's coordination efforts. Her team had been preparing for this moment, developing predictive algorithms that could analyze potential invasion scenarios with unprecedented accuracy. The Celestial Guardian signal was already being processed through multiple layers of advanced computational models. Each research facility around the world now operated as a single, unified organism. Barriers of language, culture, and traditional geopolitical boundaries dissolved. Scientists from rival nations worked side by side, their collective goal transcending any individual national interest. This was humanity's true defense, not a weapon, but a network of shared intelligence and collaborative potential. "Adaptive protocols are online," announced Dr. Maria Gonzalez from the New York Communication Center. Her linguistic algorithms were already breaking down the alien signal, creating predictive models that could anticipate potential communication strategies. What the Celestial Guardians saw as a unified transmission, humans were already dissecting, understanding, and preparing to counter. The mountain facility's main display showed a global map with pulsing lines of communication. Each line represented a different research team, a different technological approach. Some were developing quantum disruption technologies, others were creating adaptive communication filters, and some were designing psychological countermeasures that went far beyond traditional military strategy. Dr. Chen watched the displays with a mixture of anticipation and calm determination. Project Horizon was more than a defense system. It was a testament to human potential, years of quiet preparation, of building connections across disciplines and borders, had created something truly extraordinary. The Celestial Guardians thought they were approaching a divided, unprepared planet. They were about to learn how wrong they could be. As the final systems came online, a sense of collective readiness spread across the global network. This was not just a preparation for conflict. This was a demonstration of what humanity could achieve when working together. Every researcher, every engineer, every specialist understood that their individual contribution was part of something far greater than themselves. The hidden potential had awakened, and the universe was about to witness something remarkable. The first celestial guardian ships entered the solar system with calculated precision. Massive vessels that defied traditional understanding of physics glided through space, their metallic surfaces reflecting starlight with an almost ethereal quality. Each ship represented millennia of technological advancement, a testament to a civilization that had conquered countless worlds. Commander Zara 9, lead strategist of the Celestial Guardian Fleet, reviewed the preliminary scans of Earth. The holographic displays in her command center showed a planet that appeared fragmented, technologically primitive, and ripe for conquest. Her species had perfected invasion strategies across hundreds of planetary systems. This would be another routine acquisition. What Commander Zara 9 didn't understand was the nature of human innovation. The moment the first alien ships crossed the lunar orbit, Project Horizon's adaptive defense systems sprang into action. Dr. Alex Chen watched from the mountain facility as quantum computers began their intricate dance of technological adaptation. The defense network was unlike anything the Celestial Guardians had ever encountered, a living, breathing system that could modify itself faster than the invaders could comprehend. At the Bangalore Research Center, Dr. Priya Sharma's team had developed nanotechnology that could instantly analyze and counter alien technological signatures. Their breakthrough allowed defensive systems to reconfigure themselves in microseconds, creating a technological shield that was simultaneously defensive and offensive. Each alien weapon signature was immediately studied, understood, and neutralized. The first wave of Celestial Guardian attack drones approached Earth's orbital zone. They expected minimal resistance, their advanced targeting systems locked onto what they believed were primitive communication and defense satellites. Instead, they encountered a network of adaptive satellites that shifted configurations faster than the alien systems could track. Dr. Elena Rodriguez coordinated with global teams, her fingers dancing across multiple holographic interfaces. Defense was not about stopping the invasion. It was about understanding it, adapting to it, and turning the invaders' own technology against them. Each alien technological signal was not just blocked, but studied, decoded, and transformed into a potential counter-strategy. In the Tokyo Research Hub, Dr. Kazuki Tanaka's quantum computing team created real-time technological translation algorithms. What the Celestial Guardians saw as impenetrable defense systems, humans were already reverse engineering. Their adaptive algorithms could break down alien technological protocols faster than the invaders could modify their attack strategies. Commander Zara 9 watched in growing confusion as her first wave of attack vessels began to malfunction. Communication systems became garbled. Navigation protocols collapsed and weapon systems started targeting their own ships. The humans were doing something impossible. They were not just defending, but actively transforming the invaders' own technological infrastructure. The global defense network operated with a fluidity that defied traditional military understanding. Research centers in different countries worked in perfect synchronization, each contributing a unique technological approach. A quantum disruption technology developed in a laboratory in Switzerland would complement a communication interference algorithm created in a research facility in Brazil. Dr. Maria Gonzalez's linguistic algorithms began to decode the Celestial Guardians' communication protocols. What the aliens considered secure encryption became a transparent language to the human research teams. They were not just blocking communication. They were understanding it, predicting it, and ultimately controlling it. The Mountain facility's main display showed the progression of the technological battle. Alien ships that had appeared invincible now looked like confused mechanical entities, their advanced systems turning against them. The Celestial Guardians had approached Earth expecting a simple conquest, only to find themselves entangled in a technological nightmare of their own making. "They don't understand," Dr. Chen muttered to himself, watching the holographic displays. Technology isn't just about complexity, it's about adaptability. As the first hour of the invasion concluded, the Celestial Guardian fleet had lost nearly 40% of its initial attack force, not through conventional warfare, but through a technological transformation they could not comprehend. The humans had done more than defend. They had rewritten the very rules of technological engagement. The universe was about to learn a critical lesson about human potential. Commander Zara 9 stared at her failing command systems, a growing sense of incomprehension spreading through her consciousness. This was not how invasions were supposed to happen. This was something entirely new. The invasion had transformed the world in ways no one could have predicted. In a small research center in Lagos, Dr. Aisha Okeke watched as her team of young engineers collaborated with scientists from 6 different countries, all connected through a holographic communication network that defied traditional boundaries. A teenager in Rio de Janeiro discovered a critical communication vulnerability in the alien defense systems. Within minutes, her findings were verified by researchers in Seoul, modified by a team in Montreal, and integrated into the global defense strategy. This was humanity's true strength, a network of minds that worked faster, more creatively, and more dynamically than any single intelligence could comprehend. The Celestial Guardians had approached Earth, believing they would find a fractured, divided species. Instead, they encountered a global organism of collective intelligence. Political differences that had seemed insurmountable mere days ago now dissolved in the face of a common challenge. A retired engineer in Mumbai worked alongside a young programmer in New York, their skills complementing each other in ways that defied traditional understanding of expertise. Dr. Elena Rodriguez coordinated from the Mountain facility, marveling at the spontaneous collaboration unfolding across the planet. A marine biologist in Australia developed an algorithm based on deep-sea communication patterns that proved crucial in decoding alien signal transmissions. A group of elementary school students in Kenya created a visual mapping system that helped track alien ship movements with unexpected precision. The diversity of human experience became a weapon more powerful than any technological system. Where the Celestial Guardians relied on rigid, predictable protocols, humans introduced elements of creativity, intuition, and unexpected problem-solving. A chef in Barcelona contributed insights about pattern recognition that helped defensive teams anticipate alien attack strategies. An indigenous elder from the Amazon shared traditional knowledge about ecological adaptation that inspired breakthrough defensive technologies. Dr. Alex Chen monitored the global response, understanding that the true battle was not happening in space, but in the complex network of human collaboration. Each person brought a unique perspective, a different way of seeing the problem. What seemed like chaos to the Celestial Guardians was actually a sophisticated, self-organizing system of collective intelligence. In the Tokyo Research Hub, Dr. Kazuki Tanaka watched as artists, musicians, and designers began contributing to the defense effort. They created visual communication systems that could confuse alien tracking algorithms. Sound engineers developed frequency patterns that disrupted alien communication networks. The boundaries between scientific disciplines disappeared entirely. A group of linguists worked alongside quantum physicists to develop communication strategies that the Celestial Guardians could not predict. They understood that language was more than words. It was a complex system of context, emotion, and collective understanding. Each translation became a weapon, each communication a strategic move in a battle of intelligence. The Global Defense Network revealed something profound about human potential. It wasn't about individual brilliance, but about the ability to connect, to understand, to adapt. A researcher in Argentina could contribute a critical insight that would be immediately understood and integrated by a team in China. The speed of collaboration was becoming humanity's most powerful technology. Dr. Maria Gonzalez discovered that the most effective defense strategies emerged from the most unexpected collaborations. A group of climate scientists developed adaptive, camouflage technologies based on their understanding of environmental adaptation. Psychologists contributed insights into decision-making processes that helped predict alien strategic movements. The Celestial Guardians began to realize they were facing something entirely different from their previous conquests. This was not a single species, but a global network of intelligence that could reorganize and adapt faster than any technological system could track. Every attempt to identify a weakness was met with a new, unexpected approach. As the first week of the invasion concluded, the alien fleet found itself increasingly confused. Their invasion strategies, perfected over millennia of conquest, were falling apart against an enemy that refused to follow any predictable pattern. Humanity was not just defending, it was constantly reinventing the very concept of defense. Dr. Chen looked at the global communication map, seeing not just a defense network, but a living, breathing representation of human potential. "We are not fighting them," he said quietly to himself. "We are showing them what's possible." The universe was about to learn the true meaning of collective intelligence. The global defense effort had transformed into something beyond traditional warfare. In a small community center in Santiago, Chile, a group of street artists gathered around a set of modified computer screens. Led by Carmen Reyes, a multimedia artist with an extraordinary talent for visual communication, they were about to unleash a weapon more powerful than any conventional military technology. Their mission: to design psychological countermeasures that could disrupt alien communication protocols. What began as an experimental art project quickly became a critical component of Earth's defense strategy. Carmen's team created intricate visual patterns that could overload alien sensory processing systems, developing a form of visual noise that was simultaneously art and warfare. Across the planet, similar unconventional teams emerged. In Mumbai, a group of classical musicians developed sound frequencies that interfered with alien navigation systems. Their understanding of complex musical harmonies allowed them to create audio patterns that could disorient and confuse the celestial guardianships. Each musical composition became a strategic weapon, transforming sound into a form of technological defense. Dr. Elena Rodriguez watched in amazement as these creative approaches began to yield remarkable results. The mountain Facilities monitoring systems showed unexpected disruptions in alien communication networks. What the Celestial Guardians considered secure encryption was becoming vulnerable to human creativity. In a research facility in Nairobi, environmental scientists repurposed climate monitoring technologies to create adaptive camouflage systems. Their deep understanding of ecological adaptation provided insights that traditional military engineers could never have imagined. Satellite imaging technology merged with biomimicry principles, creating defensive systems that could change and adapt almost instantaneously. Dr. Alex Chen coordinated these creative approaches, understanding that the true battle was about reimagining the very concept of defense. A group of video game designers in Seoul developed predictive algorithms based on complex game theory, helping to anticipate and counter alien strategic movements. Their understanding of interactive systems provided insights that traditional military strategists could not conceive. The Celestial Guardians found themselves confronted with a fundamentally different type of intelligence. Each of their technological approaches was being countered not through brute force, but through creative reinterpretation. A communication signal would be intercepted, transformed, and sent back as something entirely unexpected. In Tokyo, Dr. Kazuki Tanaka's team discovered that children's puzzle-solving techniques could be applied to breaking down alien communication. Their protocols, the non-linear thinking of young minds, provided approaches that linear computational systems could not predict. What seemed like playful problem-solving became a critical component of global defense. A group of culinary experts in Barcelona developed sensory interference technologies based on their understanding of flavor complexity. Their ability to detect and manipulate subtle sensory information translated into communication disruption techniques that baffled the Celestial Guardians. Each approach was a testament to human creativity. The Psychological Warfare Division, led by Dr. Maria Gonzalez, began developing communication strategies that played with the very nature of meaning. They created message systems that could simultaneously mean multiple things, rendering traditional alien decryption methods useless. Language itself became a weapon of unprecedented complexity. Artists, scientists, musicians, children, chefs, and researchers from every conceivable background contributed to a defense system that defied traditional understanding. The Celestial Guardians had encountered countless civilizations, but never one that could transform creativity into a tactical advantage. As the invasion entered its second week, the alien fleet found itself increasingly destabilized. Their technological superiority was being undermined by an enemy that refused to fight by any known rules of engagement. Humanity was not just defending, it was rewriting the very concept of conflict. Dr. Chen looked at the global communication map, seeing a living network of creative potential. "We are not just fighting," he said quietly to himself. "We are reimagining what's possible." The universe was about to learn that creativity was the most powerful technology of all. The invasion had stripped away the artificial barriers that once divided humanity. In the small communication center in Johannesburg, a team of psychologists, diplomats, and community leaders worked together to understand the deeper implications of the conflict. They realized that emotional intelligence would become humanity's most unexpected weapon against the Celestial Guardians. Dr. Aisha Okeke observed the transformation happening in real time. Countries that had been historical rivals now shared critical research, military strategies, and personal resources. The threat from beyond had revealed a fundamental truth about human potential, that cooperation could emerge from the most challenging circumstances. In the mountain facility, Dr. Elena Rodriguez tracked a phenomenon that defied all traditional military understanding. Every setback seemed to increase human determination rather than diminish it. Where most species would have collapsed under the weight of a seemingly insurmountable invasion, humans became more resilient, more unified, more creative. The Celestial Guardians had no framework to understand this response. Their computational models predicted surrender, capitulation, or total destruction. Instead, they encountered a species that transformed challenges into opportunities, that found hope in the most desperate moments. A group of conflict resolution experts began developing psychological strategies that went beyond traditional warfare. They studied the emotional resonance of human communication, creating message systems that could penetrate the alien understanding of motivation and resilience. Each communication became a complex emotional algorithm that the Celestial Guardians could not decode. In a refugee center in Berlin, survivors from different parts of the world shared stories of resilience. A young girl who had lost her home spoke about hope with such intensity that researchers discovered something remarkable. Human emotional communication contained layers of meaning that transcended traditional language, a complex system of shared experience that no technological system could fully comprehend. Dr. Alex Chen watched as the global network revealed the true depth of human emotional intelligence. Communities around the world began supporting each other in ways that defied logical explanation. Resources were shared, knowledge was distributed, and a sense of collective purpose emerged that was more powerful than any individual survival instinct. The psychological warfare team, led by Dr. Maria Gonzalez, developed communication strategies that played with the very nature of human emotional complexity. They created message systems that could simultaneously convey hope, determination, vulnerability, and strength. Each communication became a weapon more powerful than any technological system. In Tokyo, Dr. Kazuki Tanaka's team discovered that human emotional responses could not be predicted by traditional computational models. The ability to find meaning in suffering, to transform pain into motivation, to create hope from seemingly hopeless situations. These were capabilities that the Celestial Guardians could not understand. A group of hospice workers and trauma counselors contributed critical insights into human resilience. They understood that emotional intelligence was not about weakness, but about the ability to adapt, to find meaning, and to transform challenging experiences into opportunities for growth. The Celestial Guardians began to realize they were facing something entirely different from their previous conquests. This was not a species that could be defeated through technological superiority or physical force. This was a network of emotional and intellectual potential that could reorganize and adapt faster than any invasion strategy could predict. Religious leaders, philosophers, artists, and scientists came together to create a shared narrative of human potential. They understood that the true battle was not happening in space, but in the complex network of human emotional and intellectual connection. What seemed like chaos to the Celestial Guardians was actually a sophisticated, self-organizing system of collective consciousness. As the invasion entered its third week, the alien fleet found itself increasingly confused. Their computational models broke down when confronted with human emotional complexity. Humanity was not just defending, it was demonstrating a form of intelligence that went beyond technological capability. Dr. Chen looked at the global communication map, seeing not just a defense network, but a living, breathing representation of human emotional potential. "We are not just fighting," he said quietly to himself. "We are showing them what it means to be truly alive." The universe was about to learn the true meaning of emotional intelligence. The capture of the Celestial Guardian commander happened in a moment of unexpected synchronicity. In the vast Pacific Ocean, a collaborative team of marine researchers, military personnel, and quantum communication specialists had been tracking an alien escape vessel. What began as a routine monitoring mission transformed into humanity's most critical intelligence-gathering operation. Commander Zara 9 had not anticipated the complexity of human capture techniques. The integrated team used a combination of acoustic, communication, quantum disruption technologies, and psychological manipulation that completely overwhelmed the aliens' defensive protocols. Within hours of capture, the commander found herself in a unique interrogation environment that defied all previous alien encounter protocols. Dr. Elena Rodriguez led the interrogation team, which was anything but traditional. Psychologists worked alongside linguists. Quantum communication experts collaborated with cultural anthropologists, and trauma specialists provided critical insights into communication strategies. Their approach was not about breaking the commander, but about understanding the fundamental nature of the Celestial Guardian civilization. The mountain facility became a hub of unprecedented collaborative intelligence. Each team member brought a unique perspective, creating a multi-dimensional approach to understanding the alien intelligence. A marine biologist provided insights into communication patterns, while a quantum physicist developed translation algorithms that went beyond simple language conversion. Dr. Maria Gonzalez discovered something extraordinary during the initial communication attempts. The Celestial Guardian's entire invasion strategy was based on computational models that could not account for human unpredictability. Their approach to conquest relied on predictable responses, hierarchical decision-making, and linear strategic thinking. Humanity represented something entirely different. The interrogation revealed layers of the Celestial Guardian civilization that even they did not fully understand. Their computational systems had become so refined that they had lost the ability to comprehend true creativity, emotional complexity, and adaptive thinking. Each attempt to understand human motivation revealed more about the limitations of their own civilization. Dr. Alex Chen coordinated the global team analyzing the captured information. The mountain facility's quantum computers began breaking down the alien strategic databases, revealing invasion strategies that had been successful across hundreds of planetary systems. But Earth was different. Humanity represented a fundamental challenge to their entire approach to galactic expansion. In Tokyo, Dr. Kazuki Tanaka's team developed breakthrough technologies based on the captured information. They could now predict alien communication protocols, defensive mechanisms, and strategic approaches with unprecedented accuracy. What the Celestial Guardians saw as their most secure systems became transparent to human researchers. The global research network worked with an intensity that defied traditional understanding of collaboration. A researcher in Buenos Aires would develop a critical insight that would be immediately integrated by a team in New Delhi. Communication happened faster than the Celestial Guardians could process, each new discovery building upon the last. Commander Zara 9 began to understand the true nature of her miscalculation. Humanity was not a single species to be conquered, but a complex, adaptive network of intelligence that could transform any challenge into an opportunity. Her entire understanding of planetary conquest began to unravel. The captured alien technology revealed something even more remarkable. The Celestial Guardians had been conquering planets for millennia, but they had never truly understood the species they encountered. Their approach was always about domination, never about understanding, never about potential. Humanity represented a fundamental threat to their entire galactic strategy. Dr. Rodriguez watched as the final pieces of the alien invasion strategy were decoded. They had specific technological weaknesses that could be exploited, communication protocols that could be disrupted, and strategic approaches that could be completely neutralized. But more importantly, they had revealed the fundamental limitation of their own civilization, the inability to adapt, to feel, to truly understand the potential of another species. As the research team completed their analysis, a sense of profound understanding spread across the global network. This was not just about defending Earth. This was about demonstrating a fundamentally different approach to existence, to intelligence, to potential. The universe was about to witness a transformation. Dr. Chen looked at the final decoded information, a slight smile crossing his face. "We're not just going to survive," he said quietly. "We're going to redefine what's possible." The final moments of the Celestial Guardian invasion would be remembered not as a battle, but as a profound transformation of cosmic understanding. From the mountain facility, Dr. Alex Chen watched as the global defense network reached its ultimate expression of collective intelligence. The retreating alien fleet left behind more than just disabled technology. They carried with them a fundamental shift in their understanding of intelligent life. Scientific institutions around the world began documenting the conflict, creating a comprehensive record that would serve as both a warning and an inspiration to potential future threats. Dr. Elena Rodriguez coordinated the global analysis team, their work extending far beyond simple military documentation. This was a moment of scientific and philosophical revelation. Each piece of captured alien technology, each decoded communication protocol represented a window into a fundamentally different approach to existence. The mountain facility became a hub of unprecedented research. Scientists from every discipline converged to understand the deeper implications of the conflict. Quantum physicists worked alongside anthropologists, linguists collaborated with neuroscientists, and artists contributed to the interpretation of alien communication patterns. Dr. Maria Gonzalez led the xenocultural research team, uncovering layers of insight that went beyond technological understanding. The Celestial Guardians had conquered hundreds of worlds, but they had never truly understood the civilizations they encountered. Humanity represented something entirely new, a species defined not by technological superiority, but by adaptability, emotional intelligence, and collective potential. In Tokyo, Dr. Kazuki Tanaka's team began developing technologies inspired by the captured alien systems. But their approach was fundamentally different. Where the Celestial Guardians saw technology as a means of control, humans saw it as a tool for understanding, for connection, for expanding potential. The global communication network that had been crucial to Earth's defense now transformed into a platform for cosmic dialogue. Scientific institutions began preparing comprehensive reports, not as acts of aggression, but as invitations to understanding. The message was clear. Humanity was not just a defender, but a potential bridge between different forms of intelligence. Commander Zara 9, now a reluctant guest of human researchers, became a critical source of information. Her debriefings revealed the profound limitations of the Celestial Guardian approach to galactic exploration. They had been collectors of worlds, not understanders of civilizations. Humanity represented a fundamental challenge to their entire philosophical and technological framework. Research centers around the world began sharing insights that went beyond the immediate conflict. A team in Nairobi developed ecological adaptation, technologies inspired by alien communication systems. Researchers in São Paulo created new approaches to artificial intelligence that incorporated the lessons learned from human collaborative intelligence. The captured alien technology became a catalyst for unprecedented scientific breakthroughs. But more importantly, It became a mirror, reflecting humanity's true potential. The global research network had demonstrated something remarkable, that true intelligence was not about conquest, but about understanding, adaptation, and collective growth. Dr. Chen understood that this was more than a victory. This was a transformation of cosmic perspective. Humanity had not just defended itself, it had demonstrated a fundamentally different approach to existence. The Celestial Guardians had approached the conflict with computational precision. Humans had responded with creativity, emotional depth, and an unbreakable spirit of collaboration. Scientific institutions began preparing comprehensive records of the conflict. These would not be simply military documents, but philosophical treatises on the nature of intelligence, on the power of collective potential. Each page would tell the story of how a seemingly divided species had come together in the face of an existential threat. The global communication network continued to pulse with the energy of discovery. Researchers from every continent shared insights, developed new technologies, and began to look outward with a sense of profound possibility. The invasion had revealed humanity's true strength, not in technological superiority, but in the ability to adapt, to understand, to grow. As the final alien ships departed the solar system, a new era of cosmic understanding began. The universe would remember this moment, not as a war, but as a profound lesson in the nature of intelligence, of potential, of what it means to truly be alive. Dr. Chen looked out over the mountain facility, a sense of hope filling the air. "We're not just survivors," he said quietly. "We're explorers of a new cosmic frontier." The story of humanity's defense had become something much larger, a testament to the power of collective potential.